Welcome to Medica Nova Wellness Studio. I'm Angelica Maria Koch with the educational videos about optimal health and the most innovative and holistic approach to your well-being. In this video of our Discover series, Healthy Family and Soul Medicine, let's have a look how you can help your infants and children suffering from a nasty cough. Lately I had quite a few inquiries about it, and although I featured a video way in the past about this subject already, let's review these natural and effective protocols again. Sorry about having missed posting a video 2 weeks ago, but I'm super busy right now creating an online university teaching course about integrated health coaching. Now that course will be soon available on my website too, at medicanova.net at the online academy. To stay updated with my ongoing videos, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, share and like it with your friends and family, and thank you so much for supporting my work. So, coughing in children, well, colds and coughs are quite common in young children, and the exposure to germs, to bacteria and viruses and fighting them is not a bad thing in the first place because it sort of strengthens their immune systems too. But with cold temperatures just around the corner, it's good to be well prepared. So when they come back from school with their coughing fits and even pass them on among their siblings, you will have the right remedies at home, right at hand, and you will confidently meet these challenging situations. Even with the best remedies, don't expect that the coughing fits will subside within 24 hours. It's just not reality. So helping your child to feel comfortable and manage their symptoms can help them get the rest they need to help them recover. Most of the time coughs last at least up to 2 weeks. They're caused often by viruses, and you know by now that there is no cure. Antibiotics do not work with viral infections. They only work with bacterial infections. So unless a cough is extreme or comes with other more serious symptoms, the best solution here is to offer comfort measures at home. Here I want you to make sure your child has a lot of fluid, is hydrated, heals in a restful environment, and especially can sleep, because there's nothing more annoying than you cough and you want to sleep, and that's not possible. And that's why I give you the most effective homeopathic remedies here, which provide a restful sleep again. Now also avoid overexposure to extreme of cold and heat. The energy expended in adapting to temperature stress, is better used in the healing process. Pay attention to the sound of the cough and the individual symptomatology of your child's cough. Not only will you help your doctor and your homeopath and naturopath to find the right remedy, but you also educate yourself what's really going on here with your child and how you can find the most indicated remedies before you have to reach out for medical support, because most of the coughs really start, particularly in children, in the middle of the night, right? We don't have somebody right at hand with you, so it's good to be educated and well prepared about it. So if the cough comes deep from the chest, it likely means that there's a lot of mucus accumulation in the airways. If it's a tight cough coming from the upper throat, you're thinking about an infection in the larynx. And if it's a mild cough with sniffling, probably there's nasal congestion going on with postnasal drip hitting the chest. So the child tries to cough up the mucus, but really the source is the nasal congestion. So what are the top remedies? Affordable, easy, and which work? I would start with SALINE nasal drops. You can get that in your pharmacy. It's easy, they're harmless, and with the combination of other natural means, you maybe just catch it right at the beginning. Used with a nasal syringe or nose blowing, SALINE drops can soften the mucus or even remove it. A rubber bottle syringe may be used with babies where you suck out the mucus from the nose or even the throat. Now if you have a toddler and says, I'm not going to touch that stuff, then you maybe have to sit in a warm bath. That can also help to clear the nasal passages and soften the mucus. It also prevents the postnasal drip, hitting onto the chest. The saline nasal drops you give before your child goes to bed or during the night when the toddler wakes up with coughing, to prevent further attacks. Again, they're quite harmless and safe. Offer fluids. It's really, really important here. Lots of water. Water in itself helps the body to fight illness and keeps the airways quite moist and strong. One way to make sure your child is getting enough water is to have them drink 1 serving of water, which is about 8 ounces or 0.23 liters, they say, for each year of their life. For example, if your child is 1 year old, you have 8 ounces of water. If it's 2 years old, you have 16 ounces of water. Now, if it's refusing any milk or doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to drink, keep on offering the water, right? Every hour, every 2 hours. Of course, you don't want to make a big deal out of it and create an aversion of drinking here, but try to offer as often as possible some fluid. Popsicles, quite a nice idea too, because it calms down a sore throat and the child will get some fluid as well. Honey, wonderful natural sweetener which also carries antibacterial properties, particularly in sore throats. Now, honey is great, but we don't want to give it to a child within the first year. There is medical research here that it can cause a serious illness caused by Clostridium botulinum, which affects the nerves, so we don't want to have that. But for toddlers, that's safe. 1 teaspoon of honey mixed in a glass of lukewarm water. So you bring in some sweetness, but also you bring in the fluid, and it helps to soothe a sore throat. You want to elevate your child's head when sleeping. Babies shouldn't sleep really with pillows, but toddlers, they have pillows, but it's really hard to prop up their head, right, during sleep, because they move around, and I don't know any toddler who sleeps in the same position or wakes up, when they go to bed. It's just not there. So there's a trick. Get yourself a rolled up towel and place it under the mattress on the end where your child's head rests. So it's a little bit elevated and the air passages are more free. Of course, add moisture with a humidifier. It really helps. Adding moisture in the air helps keep the child's airways from drying out and loosens the mucus. I would suggest a sort of a cold air humidifier. There are warm ones as well. They're very advertised as effective, but cold humidifiers are better here. You can also use distilled water, purified water, some essential oils maybe. Run the humidifier all night in the room where the toddler sleeps, and also during the day where your child spends most of the time. If you don't have a humidifier, you can try running, of course, a hot shower and blocking the crack of the bathroom door with a towel. Sit in the steamy bathroom to provide your child with some temporary relief. Essentials oils are really nice here as well to have. You can add or put them on the skin of your child, on the chest, as well as diffuse them in the air. Now, there are several ones: eucalyptus, peppermint, lemon, oregano, tea tree oil even, what else? Rosemary we have, frankincense. They're all indicated for cough ailments. Now, as I'm about to share with you great homeopathic remedies which are very sensitive to strong smelling substances, that means they can be antidoted, I would choose just the first one in line, which is frankincense only. Now, after a week, if you have tried everything, the homeopathic remedies, the frankincense, the home measures, and nothing works, then bring in the more stronger essential oils like eucalyptus or rosemary. So, homeopathic remedies, my favorites, they work. When children come down with a cold or flu, you want to be ready with the remedies. You want to know about them. And that's why I make these videos. You also want to find or create a little first aid kit for yourself. Maybe 6 to 10 remedies. You know, that's all what you need. Nothing too complicated. But then you have them right at hand. Usually the remedies come in the potency of 6 and 30. That's the over-the-counter presentation. You can get that at health food store or online. And in this video, as in the previous videos, I only mention remedies which are easy and you can understand. It's not complicated, and you have access, as I said, in your local health food store. You know, we in homeopathy, we have like thousands of remedies and they're all of cough symptoms, but that's not the point here. I want you to learn how to use this remedy. I want to inspire you to use homeopathic remedies. When it's acute, you want to give 1 tablet 3 times a day for the first day, and then follow it up maybe with 2 to 3 times a day with the remedy for another 2 or 3 days. The idea is, as soon improvement starts or kicks in, back off, right? Don't overdo it here. And if in doubt, contact me at health@medicanova.net. If the cough is really bad, you want to give on the first day the remedy maybe every 1 to 2 hours even, right? With babies, use the 6 potency. With toddlers, I would do the 30 potency. These remedies may also be found in homeopathic formulas for colds and flu, but as I said, if you know the remedy and you recognize the symptoms and you find, okay, that matches the remedy which Angelica was just talking about, do it. It will be more effective. So the first one is called ACONITE. Fantastic remedy for the first onset of any illness, quite sudden. So as I said, maybe your child was playing soccer in the park, it was lovely, sunny, and at 5 o'clock the temperature dropped, it was sweating, and that night, midnight, it woke up with a cough and a fever. It's the first day, and ACONITE only works on the first day, not on the second, on third or fourth day, when the cold has already developed. So the first signs is the cold, the flu, and it's caused by exposure to cold weather, cold, dry air. It's also indicated for asthma and croup. Great remedy for croup in babies. Suffocating cough, can be a sore throat, and there can be a fever involved. But what you look out for is the child might wake up early in the night with a dry, choking, croupy cough and sit up in bed and almost grasp its throat and say, oh my God, I'm choking, right? That's ACONITE. It may even look frightened or even panicked, toss about, with anxiety. Again, the cough may be quite dry at this stage. It's the early stages of the cough, or there may be some expectoration of little mucus, but at this stage you just see the coughing. So you give the ACONITE first, whatever it is, right? ACONITE 30. I would say 1 tablet every 1 to 2 hours, up to 3-4 tablets, and then back off. See how it is the next day. Now, if your child got a little bit better, by now it goes into the second stage and comes up with a strong fever, like really flushed face, high fever. Babies can even be delirious at that time. Think about BELLADONNA. BELLADONNA 30 is a fantastic remedy, particularly for sudden onsets of coughs. Again, you see this intensely hot skin, high fevers, it's sort of steaming from the body. As the fever first comes on, the children are often agitated, excited, even destructive, very sensitive to noise and light. They're not happy campers here. And I would say, look out for, as I said, flushed face, red cheek. The pupils can be very dilated, even, really big here. Nasal discharge is usually thin and watery. Nose feels dry and hot, and there may be much sneezing involved at that stage. Now, sometimes the discharge dries up suddenly, bringing on severe throbbing pains in the head or in the ear. Of course, you can't ask your child, particularly a baby, do you have a throbbing headache as well? But often children, with their hand sort of go against their ear all the time. And that is an indication that they have an earache. And often a throbbing earache, which is very, very painful. Now, there may be a dry sort of clutching sensation in the throat or the larynx that leads to this painful, scraping, spasmodic coughing, so this tickling in the throat. But what really gives it away with belladonna is the cough hurts so much that a child may start to cry as soon as the urge to cough is felt. That's a very keynote of belladonna. The child knows it has to cough, and it starts to cry because it knows it hurts so much. Look out for belladonna. The cough sounds croupy, barking, is short, and is definitely worse at night, and may wake the individual from sleep. Right? There's usually at that time not much mucus involved because it's all about coughing. The later stages of the coughing process produce then the mucus. Now, if you have a child or a baby who is quite chubby, has cold hands and feet, quite clammy to touch, and after a nap sort of sweats in the back of their head, and it smells a bit sour on the top of the sweaty hair, and is actually prone to colds and tendencies to coughs, has a late dentition. So the teething is very slow. Teeth come in very, very slow, very painful. Think about the remedy CALCAREA carbonicum, or CALCAREA carbonica is another name. It's just different versions you can see. CALCARB 30. It's a fantastic remedy. It's more of a constitutional personality remedy if it fits your child. And it helps to boost the immune system, to boost the vital force so your child isn't prone to have coughs and colds all the time. Again, a little bit chubby child, and later on the children they worry a lot. They're prone to anxiety, fear of the dark in the evening, have to have the night light on. If you have something like this at home, then think about CALCARB and get that in between. I would say one CALCARB 30 twice a week, maybe for 2 weeks, and just back off. And of course, contact your practitioner or me at health@medicanova.net, just in case you doubt it. Now, later on in the process of coughing, fits, the mucus starts to come up. And you have given ACONITE and BELLADONNA, it's all going good. But then the mucus starts to come up and it starts to become yellow and green. You think about a remedy, HEPA-SALV. Fantastic remedy, more indicated during the later stages of a cold. The symptoms may have begun several days earlier with a watery, runny nose, but now there's this thick yellow, discharge, quite offensive, can even smell a little bit. These children may sneeze at the slightest exposure to cold. Exposure to cold is the keynote here, right? Cold, dry air, croupy throat maybe, and the cough may be present here, but the cough is less dry and more rattling than that of ACONITE, right? Here we have, as I said, there's more mucus here, and therefore it sits more in the chest, and we have this deep wet coughing going on. Cold air, drinking cold drinks, eating cold food, anything cold aggravates the coughing fit. So even they lie in bed, have the cover, and they stick out a hand or a foot and the coughing starts again. Right? Any exposure to cold will make it worse. They can even have a sore throat. And the sore throat is very sharp. So there can be a splinter-like sensation. So you swallow and it's like as if there's a needle in you or a fish bone in there. And when you swallow it, the pain goes to stitches into the ears. It's very HIPAA. Now, when you have sharp pains, your personality isn't all calm either. So these children are very sensitive, cannot be touched, sensitive to noise, to light, anything around them just aggravates them. Again, the cough is aggravated also in the evening before midnight and of deep breathing. As again, they're irritable, they're sensitive, and think about a croupy cough after exposure to cold, dry air with rattling in the chest, but little mucus, or it's yellow or green already. Now, just in a general means, if you have given a remedy for 2 days and there was no improvement, nothing worked, go to the next one in line. Basically means you have chosen the wrong remedy. PULSATILLA 30. You never want to miss mentioning them. Here you look out for a child who suddenly, becomes very weepy, very clingy, cannot be left alone, wants to be carried, particularly in babies, you can see that. Their moods may change quite quickly. They're warm-blooded and, they actually like the cold, very opposite to HIPAA self. They do not like the heat or warm rooms and become very lethargic, so their cough improves outdoor. When you ask them, so how is it, are they coughing while they're running outside? No, it's quite fine. As soon as they come inside, the coughing starts. That's PULSATILLA. There's usually an absence of thirst. They don't like to drink, and a rapid change in the symptoms. So you see the coughing process changing quite fast. Again, you see yellow, thick discharge coming out of the nose or being coughed up. Fluid discharge may alternate with nasal congestion. That means the nose tends to run in the open air, right? And in the evening, but totally becomes stuffed up in a warm room. It's alternating here. Lying down, exertion or warm room worsens the cough, while it is better in open air. I just mentioned that. Deep breathing, of course, may aggravate or relieves, the coughs. It can be both. But sometimes the cough is usually dry at night, loose by the day. It often wakes the person from sleep, and even it can end up in vomiting or gagging. Now, I want to mention a remedy which is not usually, talked about when you talk about this general cough, but in my years of experience, I always use, it's called DROSERA. DROSERA 6 potency in this case, particularly in babies. The keynote here is as soon as your child hits the head on the pillow, so it was perfectly fine during the day, but you bring it to bed and it hits the head on the pillow, the coughing starts all night. That's DROSERA. The cough is only during the night. Fantastic remedy for dry, spasmodic, croupy coughs. Now, this remedy is mainly indicated for whooping cough and it works very well, but also any whooping cough-like coughs. It will work fantastic. Probably the most distinguishing feature of the cough is this barking and this ringing sound. The larynx is inflamed, is irritated, and there can be this clutching or this constricting sensation. It's like the child really feels like the cough comes deep from the abdomen. It's very distressing. Tickling or roughness excites the cough, in the throat. And as I said, it can be very painful. There can be spasms of coughing, like whooping cough, especially after the midnight, may follow one after another quickly. Again, may end up in retching or vomiting as well. The child even may support the chest or the abdomen while coughing to reduce the pain, like BELLADONNA, but DROSERA is very much indicated when you have this coughing fits in the night only. With babies, DROSERA 6, 1 tablet 3 times a day, and often you only need it for 3 days and then the cough stops. Yes, it is that magic, believe me. The key symptoms again with DROSERA, while the patient is lying down, may come on even as soon as the head touches the pillow. Look out for that. Now, I give you a tip from my years of experience too, is let's say you've given all the remedies, you've done all the home measures, and the cough is much better, but there's this entail, and it's lingering, and it doesn't go, right? You can't resolve your child's cough. Add sulphur. By the end of this time, after 2 weeks, sulphur 30. Fantastic remedy. 1 tablet 3 times a day, maybe for 2 days only. It usually resolves a lingering cough, even bronchitis. Go for it. It's really, really nice remedy to have here. As already mentioned before, there are many more homeopathic indicated for coughs and colds, but in this video I want to keep it simple, and the whole purpose of this video is to make you more confident and to inspire you to use these remedies, to go out there, have them at home, and so you can share it with your friends and family, and you become your own healer because you have it all inside you. Remember, with homeopathic remedies, there are no side effects, and they act very quickly with children, but only if you choose the right remedy. Right? That's the point. There are super effective, of course, protocols in this video, and they will bring relief quite quickly. So leave your comments below. Share with me how you get on. I really like to know about it. And don't forget to look at my website, medicanova.net, at the online academy. If you're interested in learning about my work, you will find there comprehensive online home study courses in first aid homeopathy, in quantum healing. And of course, if you're interested in a personal health consultation, either for yourself or your children, contact me at help@medicanova.net. So till next time, much love, take care, and you will do that. You will, support your family 100% with the right remedies in meeting your child's challenging coughing fits. I have no doubt about it. I'm totally confident here with you too. Take care.